What's going on, guys? It's been a while. We've been busy. People have weddings and vacations, and actually, we have to exist off the internet. That's what they're telling me. I don't know if I buy into it, but that's what I'm hearing
Lies.
exactly. And we're back for the truth. The truth that is the next episode of the package, our bi-weekly patron game. Adam and Tim and Jason, you're wonderful people. Thank you so much for your support on Patreon, letting us do all these super cool things, letting us kill a party in Doomsday Dawn. I'm still hung up on it. That was my first TPK ever. That wasn't like plot based and intentional. And I don't know how to feel about it. It was fun, but that's neither here nor there. We are here now to head off to a mansion in the hills to find the source of this aberrant werewolf problem that's sprung up here in Andron. Of course, Adam has way more hero points than everyone else because Adam likes to show up at my Kingmaker playthroughs and he likes to solve puzzles for me because I'm bad at puzzles, as Tim can attest because he commented all over my first video saying that I missed so much. Yes, I did. I'm aware. And I also am real garbage at puzzles, so showing up at Kingmaker if you're one of my players does get you hero points. But that doesn't mean we aren't still going to do some in-character reflections for some hero points. I'm going to throw a D3 down. I know it's been a while if you need a refresher.
You're socially conditioned to finding order in sets of 10.
What hell? What?
Flynn.
Tim is angry.
Cool.
I think his thing just started playing again without his permission.
That's what she said. Tim, if you're alive, you're first for that in-character reflection for the hero point.
Oh god. All right.
That's what I want to hear. Oh god.
It's been a minute. All right. So stuff happened. I remember thoughts. We went and talked to the big group of peoples, and they gave us a mission, right?
Yeah. You guys, several weeks ago, you had, after a lot of jumping through hoops and things, you've ended up joining in an impromptu sense the Eagle Knights, and you've been basically conscripted to go across the country with them to this mansion to deal with the source of the werewolf problem that's sprung up. What else happened last session? You found Grinluke's body, all hacked up, all bloody and gross and sad in an alley. It turns out that Tybalt and Andishan might be the same person or maybe different people. Hats of disguise are funny.
And she tried to pass herself off as Grinluke to the council.
We sold her out.
Before I ripped her hat off.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. That was not my intention, but that was someone else's intention, so it happened.
These things do tend to happen. Anyway, there's your recap for your players now in character reflection for that hero point.
I got used as a test subject. That was fun. That happened in the last thing too. Yeah, I can't really think of anything else.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll be generous and give you the hero point. But most of it,
to be fair, it's been like
it has been it has been quite a while. The dice are not happy with you. There we go. Okay, Jason, show the man how it's done.
Oh, great, no pressure. But besides, I wanted to say for
you can't do that worse.
When it comes to you and puzzles, admitting you have a problem is the start of being able to deal with it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, so at the end of the time before, basically, I cut a deal so that I would have access to the university libraries. Yeah, it did involve myriad, playing guinea pig every so often, but I got to go through and strip mine the library found out some things about the werewolf subtypes, probably how it's done, gain a good bit of knowledge. We got summoned to basically Andishan pretended to be Grimlook, and whenever she came by us at the deal, tried to convince us she was he. So we followed them to a council meeting. She basically tried to propose a course of action. The Reaper was not happy with her lying, so at the end, ripped her hat off. It was a hat of disguise. She panicked, fled, etc., and we got to get things together to go on this raid for the people of Andoran. The other two characters got a lot of gold worth of equipment. I got the use of the alchemical laboratory, and it's time for us to hop a carpet.
Pretty much, yeah. That's how it's done. Well done. Take your hero point, and now Adam gets to earn one more than the already too many he has for helping me through my time of trouble with puzzles and Kingmaker on our Twitch stream.
You've only said that I've earned one.
100% more, yeah. I feel like it was more. But anyway, gentle.
Which I think I used. So
no, we haven't played since then.
I thought I used it in the courtroom.
When the GM says you have it, just let it go.
Yeah, I'm like 99. You get one hero point every session that refreshes for this in-character reflection. And we haven't played since I started playing Kingmaker, I don't think. Yeah, no, we haven't, because we would have had this conversation about too many hero points already.
Okay. So what happened last session? Last session, I think I took care of a few more undesirables.
Yes, you did.
I carved a mark into somebody, which I don't know if the viewers have seen, because I don't know if I got that out.
I do have it in my private chats.
And then we found, as they said, the half-orc that I had talked to about not being a raging asshole in the streets and causing problems. Then I think I was the one who ended up seeing the tiefling turn into the Aasimar, and then the Aasimar turned into the half-orc. And it was all bad news, and I was not very happy. So I tried to de-hat the Aasimar in the council, and I failed miserably.
As you do.
And then Jason ended up succeeding, and I got a very nice kunai that is very nice, and I'm very happy about it. And I also think that the Eagle Knights think I'm a giant asshole.
As they do.
Which is probably fair assessment of my character. Because I think I made a giant ass of myself when I asked for payment for returning the body, which I think is totally fair and legit since I carried him halfway across the frickin' town. They don't know I have levitate, so it's just fine. Oh yeah, that's another thing. We walked through town with his dead body without anybody realizing it, just slowly levitating its way around.
You had trash bags and stuff. You knew the trash removal squad. It wasn't just like, here's entrails, la la la.
If I may, we took a part of him back, then went back with a wagon.
Oh yes, that was the case. There was a wagon involved. There was a lot of moving, dead, chopped up half-orc bits a long time ago. And take your hero point, Adam. And before we get down to business, everyone who's not Trin, make a will save. Because you don't just turn the corner and find the body of someone you know. Oh, good job. All chopped up and sad and gross and come out unscathed.
I thought we did a will save that then, but all right. There we go.
Okay, duly noted. So you guys will be taking off with the Eagle Knights pretty much as soon as the sun sets. This is intending to be a very clandestine affair. You have the rest of the day for prep. Anything you guys need to do, anything you need to buy, things of that nature would be done now, and then it'll be you three plus the big Ifrit, as well as the brother and sister that you know to be rage-bred skinwalkers will be going with you.
Excellent. Do not pack bacon.
Do not pack bacon.
Just saying.
They will be mad.
Yeah, we got new weapons last game, so
Okay.
Yeah, they got
good on that front.
Alrighty, in that case, if no further prep, good.
okay. Going to get alchemical silver wash for my rapier.
Mm-hmm.
I have the 8 doses of the drow poison I made. Drow sleepy stuff. And shoot, we went through a list of what I was able to make, like tanglefoot bags and such.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that in front of me. I want to say it was 8 items.
I think that's right, yeah.
Okay. Then I'll try to recreate that as I go on. I also want to grab 4 pint bottles of oil for a little standard flaming oil action.
Okay, understood. Adam, anything you need to do?
I'm just looking at a ring of protection, deciding if that's a good idea or not.
They usually are.
Can I magic up my dancing scarves up to +1?
Yeah, if you make the spellcraft check, you have the time.
Well, I can't do it myself.
Oh, okay. So in that case, if you have the 2,000 gold, yes, you can.
Yeah, I think I'll go with the ring of protection.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that brings me down to all of 3 platinum, but you know.
Yeah, it is what it is. You're not spending money on very expensive hotels in the capital of Andoran now, so you're fine. So you guys enchant your things up. Trin gets his alchemical reagents together, and pretty much as soon as the sun goes down, you guys, along with the big Ifrit, who seems to be in command of things, and he does end up introducing himself as Aja, along with the 2 skinwalkers that don't really say a lot to you guys because they're still a little uncomfortable about what happened with Grinluke and how you wanted to sell his remains back and stuff. They're not super happy to be serving with you, but they're there.
Hey, that's not exactly fair. I just wanted a ferrying fee.
They're very angry.
Difference.
Very, very pig-headed, one might say. But you guys do take off. I am funny. You guys only really travel at night, so nobody sees you, so it takes a couple days to cross the width of Andoran at about a height of, if you had to ballpark it looking down, around 65 feet, give or take. Those of you, the Drow Noble has super dark vision, so can see just fine, but basically the idea is to stay just out of range of the average thing that might look up and see you, and should you bump into a dragon or something, that's a different story. But basically the idea is
dragon at level 3 and we're just dead.
I believe in you. You've got this. You're playing a Drow Noble. You're cool. Levitate it.
I could pretend to be a dragon, and then they'd be just like, okay. Yeah.
Oh, you're a bigger dragon. I gotta go. Oh, bad. So you guys basically, as the sun rises, copses of trees are found, and you guys park in there in seclusion, rest, go again, and it takes a couple days, and in the night, both the Reaper and Myriad, though they were able to, like, contain their stomachs when Grinluke's remains were first found, they don't, like, the nightmares of turning the corner and finding that much meat hacked up and covered in maggots and gross definitely are very, very vivid in both of your minds. No mechanical effects right now, but they're there. And a couple days later, you guys arrive.
While we're going on, if they're having that much trouble, I'll help them with some herbal sleepy time potion. Just standard that we were using back in the capital.
That's fair.
I mean,
The work was so terrible. It was just a hack job.
Yeah, it was.
Man, I've got to get the puns coming out faster.
You do.
I'm feeling like I'm behind.
Adam has a great power, a great and noble power. Anyway, a couple days later, and you guys arrive at a much more expansive than Copse of Tree style forest, where you assume like the mansion is going to be, and the idea seems to be you're going to circle around and find it, and then the carpets, there's one big one is what you guys end up taking that's big enough to carry all 6 of you, and it's around the time that you get here that the carpet begins to, for lack of a better word, it begins to like sputter. Like a car that had ran out of gas, it begins to jerk pretty violently in the air. Aja, being the one who's bonded to it, commands it to land, and as it does, as you guys land in a pretty dark forest for everyone who's not the Drow Noble, it kind of like, when it gets to like the 1.5 foot mark above the ground, it basically just drops onto the ground. It's a pretty jolting start for everyone. Aja looks up and just, I don't know what happened. The magic, it seems to no longer work. Looks like we'll be on foot from here. He doesn't even like go as far as to roll up the carpet. Just like drawing scimitars, looking around the forest as if the carpet never existed.
Do you know how much this costs?
Nothing now.
You might be right. We should still mark where it's at, because maybe it's an AoE effect, and if we just leave, everything will be okay.
You are welcome to do so if you would like, but I believe it's not going anywhere unless you carry it.
I will prep, ready short bow and arrows.
Okay.
And I'll stay fairly close to the Ifrit guy.
Alrighty. Hatsumi.
Not right now. I'm definitely not Hatsumi if I'm going working,
Okay.
because they don't need to know who I am.
Okay.
They can be like, "Why are you here?" and not Hatsumi, and I'll be like, "I have to do with some master commands."
I'm Batman. Okay, fair enough.
You're not wrong, kind of.
All right, so everybody begins looking. Everybody make a perception check. Actually, is what we'll do.
Okay.
It's weird. All of a sudden, I've started making characters with perception.
It's the most old skill in the game. Got to do it. So Trin is on point with this. He almost like hears the crunching of the leaves, which is weird for an Assyriani, but well, leaves are this much foliage in one place is new for you, so you're very sensitive to the sound. But the Reaper picks up on it pretty quick. Myriad doesn't see this until it happens, but as everybody begins to fan out, there's probably 5 or 6 of them It's hard to tell in the darkness. There's a pretty, like, from the light of Aja's scimitar, there's enough, like, of a light area around you guys that you can see it. But 5 or 6 or 7, they kind of look like wolves, but they're much, much bigger, and parts of their bodies look vaguely humanoid. Like, instead of having front legs, they have almost not quite arms, and their eyes are a little too intelligent. Let's roll initiative.
Okay, take it off, sure. Why not? I'm out.
All right. In that case, we'll assume Myriad takes the run action. There's right now the only light source is Aja's scimitar, so unless you can cast light or have dark vision, it's pretty dark out here.
I have low lighted vision.
So yeah, it's you. The light of Aja's scimitar is the only thing. The moonlight and the starlight doesn't pierce the canopy. Let's get an acrobatics check from Myriad then. In that case,
Sure. Excuse me.
You're dying on us.
I am.
Okay, so Myriad takes off. I assume in the same direction as everybody else?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's just basically at this point it's following the direction of the light from Aja's magic scimitar. There's a lot of acrobatics one must do in the forest when they take off running without a whole lot of line of sight. There are several cases where you almost trip over an overgrown root or like fallen branches, things like that. But you're able to keep yourself in one piece, not fall over. Basically, keep up with everyone else, assuming you take the run action. Oh, Gentle Reaper. Hatsumi.
I don't know what I want to do, because part of me wants to test out the new weapon.
You got those level 3 adventurer problems. Got that new shiny sword, want to test it out. Might kill you dead, might kill it dead.
Yep. I guess I will go after the other 3 now.
Okay. So, as everybody takes off, the Reaper follows in that direction a little slower, ducking behind trees, bushes, things of that nature. That's part of a move action. You have technically, like, everyone else is taking full round actions, you would still have a standard.
I would just do the stealth thing again, because you're moving much slower than we are.
Yeah.
I only take a minus for moving faster.
Okay, fair enough.
It's a -5.
Right. Okay, then it goes to Tring.
Um,
Well, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I lied. He's moving faster, not moving at half speed. It's still the Reaper's turn.
I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire before I bounce out, though, because
Okay.
that seems like a good idea, so we know where one of them are.
That makes sense. You would definitely, in fact, know where one of them are. I think Fairy Fire isn't a save.
Nope, no save.
Fair enough.
SR, though.
No spell resistance. The wolf actually doesn't seem to react.
So yeah, I'll, whichever one came out first, I'll hit with Fairy Fire, and then goodbye.
Understood. Trin, what you got?
Reach into my bandolier, toss a vial of gas wretch at the dog pile, so to speak.
And there's a good one.
Hey, I'm working on it. And follow the shining sword.
Okay. So that's a... When a splash weapon breaks, releasing noxious dust. The target is nauseated for a round and sickened for 3 rounds with a successful DC 12 fort to prevent. Creatures within Okay, sure. I will throw several d20s at the board. So when it connects, the one that it hits does end up the process of throwing up causes its whole body to like convulse, almost as if like its internal organs are dividing by zero. Is a good way to explain that one. But it does seem to work. Bits of flesh and blood and organs and things just out of its mouth, as the rest of them also seem to not look the best. And then let's get an acrobatics check from Trin as well, because it's dark. Oh, good. Oh, good.
Oh, good.
Oh, good. It's Jason.
So,
Jason's
got
it.
That you can roll? You remember that thing?
Inspiration.
Yeah. Well, no.
It's a nat one. So
you got to not roll a nat one. So
H is a hero point.
Use that hero point.
Right off the bat. Here we go.
Yeah, I guess that seems to be the consensus. Hero point or death.
Mm.
I guess I'll have to do something else heroic.
Or show up on Thursdays from 6 to 9, or 7 to 10. 7 to 8:30, rather. I don't play for 3 hours. I play for an hour and a half. And help me with puzzles, because I'm bad at them.
Okay.
Or maybe just learn to not roll ones. I'm just saying.
Yes, learn the ways of the RNG so you can master it.
Okay, let's see this again.
That's much better.
That's much better.
So Trin, in one motion, throws the flask and turns, but he turns a little too fast and almost just clocks a tree branch, but is able to kind of like limbo under it. Moving and shaking and carrying on, he catches up, not quite with Myriad. No idea where the Reaper went without trying to find him. Speaking of trying to find him, I gotta roll 5 of these because one of them can't do anything because one of them is not feeling the best.
One quick statement. Another reason I threw the gas stretch is I figure it'd mess up their noses, even if it didn't drop them.
That makes sense. Okay. Well, they're sickened. They're taking -2 on their perception. So,
yay! Good idea.
They're moving around. A couple of them, like, they turn. This hits. They get real upset at the thing that threw the thing, and they begin chasing you guys through the woods. And they're fast enough that they can almost catch you, and they overtake the Reaper, who's had to like turn another way to find somewhere to hide. Two of them, kind of like pick their noses up but they don't see you. You assume that it's because of the gas stretch that was thrown that's blocking their ability to smell out where you are. They aren't quite able to keep up. They're a little slower, and really the Reaper with the dark vision and being closer can see a lot closer than everyone else. They almost like, when I say that their front legs look like human arms up close, it's almost like the paws are hands. It's like a weird hybrid of a human and a wolf, as if like a smaller humanoid had tried to, well, no, they're about the size of horses, they're like dire wolves, so like tried to go into werewolf but stopped like halfway through, and instead you have this weird amalgamation of man and beast. And now it's on Aja and his lieutenant continue running through the woods, saying nothing. Myriad.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go into stealth now, and then I'll move.
Okay.
So roll that. Age-old question. What is the moon looking like?
Now, what was the moon looking like? I should have wrote that down from several weeks ago. It's not full. It's I think we were at a new moon, and now it's starting to go up from there.
All right, and then I move.
All right, duly noted. To do this, you also have to kind of like veer away, certainly from the light source. Kind of like moving along, keeping like in the shadows behind trees and things. Hatsumi.
So is one separated off?
A couple of them has stopped and like sniffed up, but they're all basically running as one pack, and they're pretty much right on top of you. They're ignoring you for now. They're going to chase the light source probably.
That makes me kind of sad.
I'm sorry.
Do I have a snowball's chance in hell? No, I don't have a snowball's chance in hell. That
would depend on the layer here in Pathfinder, I believe. I believe one of them is frozen over.
You are correct.
Haha!
I was talking about seeing Myriad.
Oh yeah. You could crit.
I guess I will be just going after Trin.
Okay, sure. Do you want to stay sneaky?
I'm gonna have to stay sneaky to get around them.
Okay, understood. So that comes out to a total of a 19. And with your dark vision, you can see everything just fine. It's very slow going as these things, like, they continue to run, and it, like, they're moving faster than you are, so you're going to end up behind them at this point. But for a couple seconds, it's very touch and go. Trid, they're coming.
Okay, have any of the so the folks in front of me have not even paused to look back?
No, they're just dead sprint.
Okay. I will follow. I will. Oh, any idea how far behind us they are?
How far
Is this
behind? The wolves are probably
the
like,
wolves.
If you weren't taking the run action in a mechanical sense, they could catch you. They're moving a little slower. You're not sure how. You can kind of see them on the edge of the dim light provided by Aja's scimitar. Their run is kind of like they have a pretty pronounced limp as they're moving. So they're not quite as fast as your average wolf.
You should be able to see one of them pretty damn well.
Oh yeah. One of them is fairy fired. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so that one is, yeah, it's like when its front legs hit, there's a pretty pronounced dip in, like, from the head up.
Okay. Am I going faster than they are?
Yes,
or is it they're catching up?
You're going faster than they are because you're spending your whole turn, whereas they're, like, mechanically they're double moving.
Okay. Then what I will do is I did write my loadout for alchemicals, so I'm going to use another one. A Thunderstone.
A Thunderstone. Kaboom. Alrighty. So that deafens them. I don't remember what the save DC is. It's not the highest in the world. One of them's in trouble. It also will evolve your Pikachu, is the first thing that comes up when I Google it. Thanks! My cookies should know what I'm looking for. Okay.
You know Google keeps all that information.
Yeah, apparently from the 90s. I haven't played Pokemon in so long. Okay, so you gotta make a go ahead and make a ranged attack. We should have had a ranged attack for the gas wretch as well, but it's like a DC 5.
Okay.
Which you pass. It's G turn around, chuck the Thunderstone, it hits. There's a loud bang. One of them, like, on top of the obvious deafening that happens to pretty much all of them. One of them, like, the Thunderstone collides with its nose, and that's probably the one that was fairy fired. Yeah, and so, like, you can see it's bleeding pretty harsh. That's not a normal effect for a Thunderstone, but, like, you hit him dead on. It seems to be effective.
Well, I will call that a good thing and run my happy little tail off.
Alrighty. They continue to pursue Myriad. They continue to pursue, Myriad. Let's be a little more specific. They are aware of where you are. Ha. At this point, they can't hear. They're not thinking about smelling. They've been hurt. They're just chasing the things they can see. I think Tim may be muted. No, he's not muted.
Oh, wait, what? Is it? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay.
You're fine.
You confused me. I thought that they were actually
good
running after me. No, I'll just... Okay, yeah. Move twice.
Okay, sure.
There you go.
Make a perception check.
Perception, sure.
So as you make your way through the forest, it begins to thin out. It's at this point, it's on like the very edge of the light from Aja's scimitar. So like Trin can see this too, but you begin to make out like the very, very last bits of a mansion just kind of slapped in the middle of these woods. It's probably a safer place than like just running horribly from crazy aberrant wolf monsters in the woods. It's also probably the mansion you're looking for.
Oh, good.
You move twice and it goes to the Reaper.
So there, if we're going to create a compass rose for my character,
Okay.
they're hauling ass north towards the burning sword.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's accurate.
Have I seen anyone break off from that?
You have not. You could try a perception check to find Myriad, but that thing about the snowball.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt you to roll perception.
It is a free action.
Unless I roll a 1.
Then it will. You have an extra hero point. You're fine. You're good.
Also, you're not Trin, so...
Yeah, you're not me.
The curse of Jason is not here.
Fair enough. We'll see what I get.
See? Not Trin.
Not Trin, but also not good
You
enough.
also don't see me, but you're also not Trin.
Hang on. Yeah, even with... Because there would be an unspoken bonus on... Well, the stealth roll that is unspoken is not included in the 33 for it being dark, but she has dark vision. He has dark vision. I'm used to Onru. Yeah, no, you got nothing. The wolves... Again, it's like the process of lycanthropy tried to divide by 0 and created some strange, wolf human it's almost as if like a wolf had been bitten by a werewolf, the wolf normally being immune to the effect. This time it got through and altered its genes on some kind of permanent basis.
Interesting.
But other than that, you got not a whole lot of much.
I guess the best option is to go northeast-ish a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't want to just follow the thing that can murdercate you on a whim.
That's fair. That seems like a logical response. Okay. Any other actions you want to take? You can reroll the stealth if you want to try to do better than 17.
Yes.
Because that was a 3. Yeah, not much better. I mean, we'll take it. Myriad kind of damn it, there's too many names that I'm not used to saying because we took time off. Hatsumi turns and keeps ducking behind trees and things, the wolves chasing after Aja. Trin, you can see this mansion as well.
Okay. I see this mansion.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a defensible point that I see?
The edge. Make a perception check, actually.
Funny, I thought you were going to say that.
You asked a question. Only the D20 can answer. I narrate for it. Yeah, see, that's not bad. If this was a different weekend, that would be a crit, because on Friday the 13th, I do allow the natural 13 to ride. But you turn the corner, like, as you're running with Aja and the Skinwalker, and before you see the mansion, you see a wrought iron gate with a fence that seems to, you imagine, you can only see, like, a little bit this way, a little bit that way, but you imagine it would surround the property. It reflects the light back, and it shines a little too brightly, as if, like, it looks like wrought iron, but actually might be made of something along the lines of, like, silver. Which, if these are lycanthropes, it will probably stop them.
Yes. Is there a way in?
There's definitely a gate. The gate is closed. You could try to climb over it, but it looks pretty tall, perhaps like 20, 25 feet.
Ooh. And these things can probably jump that high. So let's run to the gate. If it's open, hallelujah. If not, it's time to... Well, we'll figure that out at that point.
All right, so Trin runs forward, gets to the gate. The gate is locked. There's a padlock and chain around, like, the two parts that would swing open.
Okay, where are the others? The Eagle Knights.
Aja and the Skinwalker are basically right behind you. They arrive at the gate like a beat after you do.
Okay. I can get us through. All I need is a second.
All right.
Here. And I hand them a Tanglefoot bag.
Alrighty. The woman takes it. Aja says a word in Ignan in his sword. When it was putting off light before, it was putting off light as a +1 weapon. He says a word and it ignites in the holy fire of Sarenrae as he turns around and braces for impact, basically.
So, disable device?
You got it. Okay.
That weapon doesn't have the brace quality.
It might. You don't know. There's rules for custom weapon stuff. Also, the brace quality is bad because everything will always know to not run at it. Maybe I just have GMs that are smart. I don't know. But anyway, Trin begins working on the lock. He doesn't get through it immediately. It's going to take a little bit of time, maybe another check or two. There's a lot of tumblers. It's a really intricate lock despite how simple it looks, but you begin fiddling with it. Myriad, what do you do?
I run up to the gate. How many rounds are they behind us, the dogs, roughly?
They're probably going to get there. They're going to collide with Aja and the Eagle Knight, like, after you're... Actually, they just did. You're top of the initiative. So at this point, Aja and the Eagle Knight charge forward. The Tanglefoot bag gets thrown. It's not looking the best. They weren't caught by surprise by a pack of werewolf people things, so they're not immediately tore apart. But they're not necessarily just dispatching them with the ease that you would expect trained, capable fighters to be able to dispatch a dog.
Gotcha. All right, I'm gonna stick with the whole hidden thing then, and just be there.
Okay. So at this point, there's nothing to hide around or behind. So like the gate itself is probably like 40-ish feet away from the tree line, so it's pretty open. There's gonna at least be a point where you break the tree line where everyone will be able to see you.
Gotcha. Okay, new plan then. I'm gonna gain myself a climb speed, and then I'm gonna climb up the
Okay. You are... I want you to make a climb check. You're able to do so. Make a climb check.
No,
I know what the ability does. Make a climb check.
Okay.
Technically, it just gives you a massive bonus on your climb check.
It does give you a +8.
Well, it does give me a +8. All right. Let me.
Because technically you can only use your climb speed out of combat.
Yeah.
No, you can definitely use it in combat.
Well, if he has like an actual climb speed, then he can use it in combat.
I do.
Kids these days and their ninja tricks. Okay, so I'm gonna assume it's a +6. So there's 8 more onto that for having a climb speed. You begin to. This is with a ninja trick that gives you the climb speed.
Yeah.
So for you, it's probably more like spider climb. It's more like you just put your foot on the side and like up you get. It hurts. It reacts immediately as your foot touches it. You're not sure why, but it gets really hot really fast. You are, with the bonus, you're able to beat the DC and you make your way up and over, but you have to, you gotta book it pretty fast to get over, and, when you get to the top, it's kind of just a flip up, and it's like 20 feet. Make an acrobatics check. Good enough. So you would, landing won't be 2d6. It'll be just 4 points of damage. As you get to the top, it's like you could, I guess, rather than take the 4 damage, if you'd like to use your climb speed to move down, you may, but it's painful. It might be better off, you think, to just jump forward.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
The acrobatics that brought that down from
2 to 1, yeah.
2 to 1d6, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you got it. You land, bust your butt,
All
it
right.
hurts. Your feet are as if you just ran across coals. And for all intents and purposes, for the rest of this, you are off the initiative. As you've made it to safety, what does Hatsumi do?
So I guess I have a rules question.
Sure.
The drow has the ability to cast deeper darkness.
Right.
Because the drow has, as you say, super dark vision, can they see in their own deeper darkness?
They cannot. You have dark vision out to 120 feet, but that doesn't penetrate the... if you were to cast darkness and lower the light from darkness to advanced darkness, then it would block your line of sight too.
Okay.
Unless you have there's a racial ability see in dark or something.
Darkness, yeah.
Allows you to see in magical darkness, but no other way.
The fairy fired thing would still be fairy fired, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, probably.
And if you were to cast it, if you were to cast deeper darkness on Aja right now, Aja's at bright light, so he'd go down to dim light. Probably wouldn't be the happiest that you did it, but well, you never know.
Because I was trying to find a way to deal with the things.
Mm-hmm.
Can I charge the wolves?
You could, yeah.
From the edge of the forest?
Mm-hmm. You could do that.
Okay.
Before you do so, make a perception check. Okay, so both the Skinwalker and Aja, their weapons are clearly resonating with magical light, but as they connect they do with these wolves, whether it hits a patch of fur that seems to bounce their blade off, or whether the wolf is able to skillfully dodge. In some cases, the front paw truly comes up like a hand to just bat the sword away. They seem to not be doing a whole heck of a lot of damage.
Fair enough.
If these are lycanthropes, they certainly have some kind of DR, and if they have anything to do with, as you assume, with Garrick Argentum and the super werewolf you inadvertently helped create, it may be even more than that.
I guess I will... I gotta look at time. Okay, I'm gonna cast. No, I can't do that. I can't ready a full round. So we're just gonna do this. I'm going to. I'm just gonna tell you what I'm gonna do, and you can tell me how it's gonna work.
Sure.
I'm going
to
ready in action for Trin to open the gate.
Okay.
Then I'm going to cast Deeper Darkness on one of my regular kunai, and then I'm just going to haul ass through the gate.
Okay.
And remember where it is, and I'm just gonna go.
Works for me. All right. In that case, you prepare yourself. Trin, make another disable device. We're gonna call this, in lieu of it taking several minutes, we'll call it a disable device challenge. Beat the DC 3 times, the gate opens. That is successful. You continue to fiddle with it, sweat running down your hands. You're able to get more of the tumblers up. It seems to resist you, almost as if the lock itself has just the nth degree of sentience and is able to reset itself as you're going. You almost have to outsmart it.
Can I drop disabling device from the inside?
You can aid another.
Okay, I'll do that for the next round.
Okay. Because at that point, it would be you'd have to and we did this once in a Marvel game, and it was stupid, but you'd have to push Trin off the lock, take the lock yourself, go, give it back to him.
No, I'm on the other side of the gate, right?
Yeah, the idea is it's a padlock around a chain that has the gate shut.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll help him then.
All right, fair enough. Okay, it is. Go ahead and make the disable device check then, if you would, Tim, because it does technically pass to you.
Alright, disable device, just don't roll a 1.
And you did not. That is very successful. And let's get one more from Trin. That'll be the final one, and then we'll resolve what Hatsumi wants to do.
Okay.
May the force be with you.
It wasn't a...
Do we want to...
I will burn my... And I will burn 1 point of inspiration on that, so I get a D6.
All right.
On top of it.
Works.
Yeah. After playing with the other one, where's the dice at the bottom?
Yeah. Right.
Go ahead and roll one for me.
/R1d6 go, and it's a 2. So with Myriad aiding you. At first, you slip a little and the sound of the wolves gets a little too loud. Actually, you hear a woman's voice cry out as the female skinwalker is taken down and the wolves begin to drag her back into the woods with speed they didn't seem to have before. Just backpedaling faster than they should definitely be able to do with their aberrant, disproportionate body parts. Aja goes sprinting into the forest after. You focus yourself back in. A little more gets added on. You see Myriad on the other side. A little more gets added on, and the gate does open. And then the Gentle Reaper, basically what I'm hearing is you run forward with a Deeper Darkness umbrella around you. Okay.
You can't see anything!
That's an acrobatics check. You can't see anything either. Okay, so there's a lot of blood. There's definitely a Tanglefoot bag that has resolved between you and it, and there's a lot of jumping and hopping and skipping you have to do to move that fast, blind, and Trin and Myriad, I guess, see just... What do you see nothing, and that's the concerning bit. It's dark. The light of Aja's scimitar is receding. As it recedes, it's almost like a dark veil moves in front of it and quickly towards you. It's probably a little unnerving, to be honest.
It is. Does this look potentially hostile, magical?
No. might be a reasonable conclusion. Yeah.
I mean, we've seen him use it before, to be fair.
That's also things that have happened.
Yeah.
Actually, I think this is the first time that the party has seen not an elf, but a drow or a vigilante in its combat form. Is that right, Adam?
No. The warehouse.
Oh, yes, the warehouse. Fair enough. Never mind. We're good.
Yeah. You don't remember me quietly slipping the dagger back into its sheath after I followed him into the restaurant, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm with you now. It's been a while. Bi-weekly games require more intensive notes.
Yes.
Because I'm not constantly on them.
Would you do me a favor and roll me a D6? Because if it's... Thank goodness, because on an odd, I was going to consider it a threat and throw bottled lightning at it.
Well, that's an odd.
One odd?
One's an odd.
On an even.
Oh, fair. Okay, so it crosses Trin's mind as the gate opens, and here comes a veil of shadow. Just...
Yeah. If you could see, you would see me grabbing a deal out of my bandolier, and
also Trin, over on the far left side of your screen, there's a little bar with like an arrow and a brush and stuff. Do you see that bar?
Yes, and there's a die.
So you click on the D20 and it pops everything up.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I have a small screen and multiple windows open.
No problem.
What it is. I don't mind there either.
Overlap. So we're good.
You are good. You guys move forward. The Reaper doesn't get shocked. You guys... actually, this is probably a good place to knock off for today. So we're going to start much like Greenwich Chronicles Colonies. And man, I'm sorry so much, Ross. I always screw your game up, but we're going to cut these in. If you're watching on YouTube, they're going to come to you in an hour increment rather than 3 hours. If you want to watch the full entire shebang forever, of course, you can watch us on Twitch from 2 to 5 every other Saturday. But that's all we have for today. Thank you guys for watching, and remember to like and subscribe to watch people run at people being shadows and stuff. And we'll see you next time. Say bye, guys.
Adios.
Yeah.
Bye.